I got what you want. I got what you want. I got what you need. A blind man once told me they don't need eyes to see. Nothing in life is free. That's why I'm in love with the green. My name holds weight by the P. Money don't grow on trees. I got what you need. G to an A, find a tool, Ray, buckle up, cause we going out of space. On your marks, get ready for the race. Took a Uber, just another on the face. I got drugs for sale, got it through the mail.
YouTube, we got a topic talk for you guys today. It's your boy Sleazy here, keeping it sleazy.
It's the fake photography here, Kaptured Moment, aka Kevvv.
It's your boy Just Chubbs.
It's your boy Kevvv for real. It's Mr. Red Breed, aka Brad. And you just tuned to the Beach Boys. And today we doing topic time. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. What we doing today, Grease?
So today we're gonna be talking about pride, and I have a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm. What up?
Is pride toxic?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, this is a tough one right here.
Is pride toxic?
Is pride toxic? Tell me why you don't think it is.
I mean, I'm gonna go simple right now. Mm-hmm. My example of pride, you know how like you have like pride of where you're from, like where your family's from, your nationality and stuff like that. Like I feel like that's normal, you know. Oh, I'm Haitian or I'm African, I'm this. Like you know, that's a normal thing to have pride for. Or you know, American pride. That's something that I know that there's a thing. So I feel like it depends on the type of pride we're talking about. So.
Okay.
Oh shoot.
Okay.
I like that one.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that one.
Because I wasn't really thinking of it like that. I was thinking of like
Personal pride.
Yeah, personal pride, you know?
Yeah.
Because I be feeling like that sometimes hinders people.
Yeah.
And like their growth and like, you know, being a person.
You have any examples?
Like, I would say like, say if you, all right, for example, right? Say if like me and you have an issue, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh nah, I'm not fucking with Steph no more. Because you made me feel some type of way where, you know, I didn't even bother asking like, you know, why did this happen? You know, what made you do that? None of that stuff. I was just like, nah, he hurt my feelings, so I'm not talking to him no more.
You think that makes you prideful?
Yeah. Because
he doesn't want to even figure out.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to even see your reason, like why you did what you did.
Exactly. Because what if, like, I'm not saying, you know, it's a good reason or like, you know, I'm not saying that it's justifiable, but what if it's something that, you know, you could understand where the person's coming from and be like, oh, you know, if I was in his shoes, I understand why he did this to me, kind of.
Okay. For me, when I heard this question, Steph stated, immediately I thought of like going to the gym, LA Fitness and stuff like that. So like, say like for an example, you know how we used to hoop and stuff?
Yeah.
When you know that person can't guard that person, you know like they know when they can't guard that person. They won't switch.
Yes, sir, Kev.
Because their pride is like they're getting cooked.
Like they don't want to seem as a mismatch.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that's the first thing I thought of when Steph said that. Okay. Because that happens every single time we go to the gym. Like you'll be like, all right, bro, come on, go guard the guy that sits in the corner.
Like, nah, chill. I got it. It's like, bro, just switch. Like, if he fries me 2 possessions in a row, or he scores twice, then we'll switch back. But at least let me
get a try.
Yeah, at least let me get a try. Yeah.
Yeah, someone on them.
I know that's happened to all of us.
Yeah, facts.
That's happened to all of us.
Nah, that used to be, but at a certain point, I used to be like, all right, you want to guard?
Yeah, facts. Go
get fried. You think you do that, John?
Me
go
too.
ahead.
I never, if someone was like, let me go, I'm like, okay, go. I never like, go. You want to guard him? Go guard him. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I thought of. What about you, Brad?
Yeah. Honestly, the first thing that popped into my head was not even just with like significant others, but if you ever get into argument or something or you was wrong, the person doesn't want to apologize or you know what I'm saying they're too prideful or they don't want to be the bigger person.
I got a snap for that.
That's lit.
They know they dead wrong.
That's
they
you.
don't want to put their pride. No. Like, I could acknowledge when I'm wrong.
It could be both sides.
I could acknowledge like, okay, I went wrong here, But the pride where it's like you don't want to apologize or like, you know what I mean? You knew you're wrong.
Yeah, not taking no accountability.
Literally, like, and it's not just for like, you know, if you're like like for sure. It's like I'm saying like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like on the cruise, I was wrong. And, you know, pride was just
Thank you, Bradley.
like I said, I can know I was wrong.
I appreciate
Pride
you
was
saying
holding me back from apologizing when I should apologize, honestly. But, you know, it's just like
The
things
tequila
that-
talking.
Nah, it's not. It's just things that stemmed before, you know, it's just like, you know, Greasel was complaining about doing new content. It's like, this is our chance. But I wasn't aware of, like, the prior situation that was going on before because I was too busy laughing to notice what was happening and why he didn't want to, you know. But, you know, I was wrong, and, like, my pride was keeping me from apologizing until someone outside was like, bro, you gotta apologize. Like, you're wrong. And, you know, but, yeah, that's my take on it.
I think that's real growth.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, facts.
You know, coming from Bradley alone, I think that's very big of him. I think, like, I'm going to piggyback off what you said, Bradley. I think a lot of people, due to their pride, can't admit when they're wrong or take accountability or are not able to see outside of themselves in a situation, and that can cause problems too. You know, one of the things that I believe, like, even is my big problem too, there's a lot of times I'll have with people where I can be very prideful. Now, I'm selective on what I'm prideful about because if you're just a very prideful person in all areas, you're going to be problematic. Your life is going to be difficult because you're going to continuously, you know, keep yourself from opportunities and you're going to lock doors that could have been opened for you, you know, and I was a victim of that until I had to sit back and realize, like, there are people around me that can help me. Like, there's times where, like, I came from having a car to not having a car. It's like Carvin drives, Kevvv drives, Bradley drives. I didn't want to ask them for a ride. Not because I can't, but because me and myself, I'm like, I'm not doing that.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was
I
your
didn't want to
pride.
ask. It was my pride, and it was keeping me in the house. You know, I couldn't go anywhere. I wasn't doing anything. You know, if they're going to the gym and they didn't ask me, I wouldn't ask them because I was too prideful. It's like, why should I have to ask? You know, why, like, they know I'm not driving and I go to the gym. Why am I asking them to come to the gym? You know, but, you know, to play devil's advocate, I feel like sometimes someone who is so prideful doesn't even realize it. Because, again, I'm going to take that other standpoint. Why should I have to ask you to go to the gym if we all going to the gym? You know, and it's like that person, until someone tells them, talks to them, helps them acknowledge what's actually happening, they'll never see it.
That's true.
And on top
Because you're good. I'm about to stop talking right now. Because to that person, it's like, I'm not the problem. This isn't a problem. To them, this is valid. But go ahead, Brad.
And I think another thing that kind of, like, that keeps people from, you know, like, saying what they need to say is, like, obviously the pride thing, but, like, also, like, communication is, like, if something made you feel away or whatever, like, you shouldn't be too prideful to be like, yo, I appreciate this, that. The person could fix it instead of just holding it in. And sometimes the person might not even be aware. Like, they could be, like, for example, like, I know there was a few times, like, I either went to the gym or I went somewhere and stuff. It's like, bro, I wanted to go, and it's just like, me being me, y'all already know how I am. I get up and I just move.
Facts.
Like, sometimes, like, I don't even acknowledge sometimes, like to hit people up, like, or, like, to ask, like, yo, y'all want to slide, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there have been times, like, you know, I apologize
You've
for
left
this.
me.
I was about to say, I literally forgot about, like, I be forgetting about Carvin, and then Carvin be like, bro, you forgot about it. It's like, damn, like, and it's just be like, that's certain stuff I got to notice about myself that I got to watch. But it's just like, he wasn't too prideful to be like, yo, Brad, like, what the hell? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or sometimes stuff would be like, yo, bro, like, I wanted to come too. Like, so that's just, yeah.
But I think you've grown, because it's like you'll do this thing where it's like, if you did leave me, you'll call me like, yo, Steph, I'm here. Do you want to come? And I'm like, well, damn, you already left me. He's like, no. He'll be like, oh, I'll call you an Uber. And I'll be like, oh, well, damn, shit, I'm going to get ready right now then.
Now, there was this one time, though, he being prideful. He didn't want to get in the goddamn Uber. I'm like, bro, it's not your money. I'm calling it. He's like, nah, bro. Y'all should have remembered. I should have been there already. Like, I should have to ask. Like, why are you calling me Uber? I should already be in the car with you. I'm like, bro.
Yes. And you know what? I'm actually very happy you brought that up, because that's why I think pride is so tricky. You know, because this isn't a situation where it hurt me, right? I was hurt emotionally. It wasn't like, oh, like, if you guys didn't bring me, I wasn't able to get there. I had my own money. I had my own money to call an Uber. But when someone does something to you that genuinely hurts your feelings, when you're already in a vulnerable place, like, it just hurt my feelings. And I'm not ashamed to say that, because I don't know guys like, oh, my feelings. I don't got feelings. I'm tough. Like, bro, I'm a human being, bro. I got feelings, bro. I felt away. You know, I was already feeling a way that I was no longer driving. When I drove, when I had plans, I called everyone, I texted everyone, I made sure that they were aware, and if they didn't have a way to get there, I would provide one or try and find them one. So I'm not going to say I was upset because I necessarily expected me from others, but it was the fact that it's like, damn, like, I can't expect me from others. Like, I'm not saying that you have to, but it's like, I didn't think that this would be something that, like, I really had to ask about. And it's the fact that everyone was there and I was not. And, like, obviously, we all have our biases. We pick and choose who we do a little bit more for. And I don't necessarily find that a problem. But it's like, I thought I'd be one of the people that, like, I mattered more. Not to say that anyone matters more than any one person, but it hurt my feelings. And when I'm feeling that way, it wasn't about pride. It was just like, I need to be able to provide myself a certain service so I can do things the way that I like to so I don't feel this way. And I knew I wasn't going to necessarily be good vibes because I was already very unhappy and I just didn't like how the situation made me feel. So it wasn't necessarily for me about pride. I was just unhappy with the situation and I was unhappy with myself. So I just did not want to go anymore because I didn't like how it made me feel. So in that moment, I wasn't being prideful because I could have gotten there myself. I didn't need you to get me an Uber. I just wanted the thoughtful and mindfulness for someone to come and get me like I would have done for them. So, but I see your take on it. That could very easily like make me seem like, oh, he's mad prideful. Like, oh my God, why doesn't he just take the Uber?
Literally.
Yeah,
But
it's definitely both sides. Yeah.
It's both things. It's
Yeah,
both.
facts. It is both.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, what's up?
So what if, for example, okay, it's about pride. So
Okay.
reminding somebody of what you've done for them. Like sometimes, you know, people will throw something in your face or, you know, I don't want to see it's throwing it in their face. But
Nah,
what
you
if
got
someone-
it, just like that.
What if someone's literally like saying, oh, you don't do this for me, you don't do that for me, you don't do this for me? It's like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, I do this, I do that. Like, is that still pride or is it like, I don't know. Because, for example, there was a moment in time where I was with somebody and, you know, they was kind of like making me feel less than myself. I was like, damn, like, but I still do all these things for you and still, like, you're telling me what I'm doing is not, like, you know, like, what's the problem? I do this, I do that, I do X, Y, and Z. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I was, in the time, I felt like I was acting out of pride and I was told I was, you know, being a narcissist. So I was like, damn, like.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I feel like that's a couple things.
Yeah.
That's pride. That's a controlling person. That's everything.
Gaslighting.
That's
Facts.
everything. It's just, you have
That's
all the work,
major
all the big things in
gaslighting.
one pot.
And also a
cooking
little
it.
sprinkle of ungrateful.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I may not
definitely.
be able to do what you're doing for me, but I'm still doing the most that I can for you, and you're not appreciating them. So I don't know if that necessarily falls under pride. Now, it'd be different if this person's saying all of these things, like they're doing all these things for you, and you're not appreciating them, or you're saying, like, I'm not accepting this, or I'm not doing this. Like, an example, if I'm trying to give you money and you need the money, and you're telling me I'm not going to take the money, you're being prideful. Why won't you take the money? You need it. I have it. I want to give it. Like, why won't you take it? You know, I can say a situation like that being prideful. Or let's you say, like, if they're trying to give you a ride, you turn down the ride when you have no way to get there, no money to get there.
Yeah.
You're being prideful. Why won't you accept my assistance?
Yeah.
You know, but if this person is doing those things to you, you have every reason to be prideful and be like, nah. But I wouldn't even say that's more so pride for you just being cautious. Because, this person likes to throw things in people's face. Let me not accept this. Let me go
stand back.
You know, let me ask someone else who isn't going to make me feel bad that I'm in need. So,
Okay.
Isn't it crazy how, like, pride is, like, considered, is one of the most deadliest sins, but, like, it's used differently and, like, viewed differently in, like, different aspects, and it can be benefited in different aspects.
I think that's what makes it beautiful.
Exactly. Amen.
There's a balance.
Interesting.
If
There
you
is a
have the
bad-
balance, it's beautiful. If not, then it's like you're a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Life is all about balances.
It's facts.
Yeah, it is. But Brad,
That's
how did that
crazy.
make you feel? Like, as far as like when you talk about the subject of pride, do you feel like it's something that you want to continue to work on, or do you feel like you're at a good place with your pride?
Definitely at a good place. Cause like, well, I don't know. For me, I just feel like I do. It's not me trying to throw stuff out there or like throw stuff in people's face, but I feel like when people call on me if they need something, like I'm there. So it's like I'm never too proud to ask for help because like I help everybody. So it's like
Yeah.
I'm always gonna be like, yo, if I need help, I'm gonna ask for help.
Good.
But yeah, other than that, like probably back then, yeah, like there was times like, you know, like you'd want to ask for help, but you didn't want to bother nobody, so you're prideful, like, you know. But now it's just like, nah, I feel like I probably cemented myself in people's lives where it's like, y'all call me whenever, at any time, well, not any time, but you get what I'm saying, like
reasonable time.
Yeah,
Right.
obviously immediate family. Like if it's an emergency, like I'm getting like 3-4 a.m. I'm gonna get out the bed if y'all need me. Like you know what I'm saying. But it's like call me whenever, and I'll be there. If they need a ride to the airport or they need this, they need that. I'll just be there. So it's like when it's me, I'm not going to hesitate because it's like when it's you, I'm there. So I just expect the same, you know, energy in return. So it's like, yeah, I'm at a good spot with my pride. So
How about you, Kev?
Yeah, I agree with everything Brad said. And I was gonna talk about something completely different. Like, I'm talking about like the other side of it. Like,
Ooh, I want to hear that.
because I feel like as humans, you need to have pride. Like, it builds character. You have to. Like, everybody in their life has like done something like prideful. Like, it just builds you up. Like,
Yeah.
let me do it by myself. Like, you know, like
Character development.
yeah, that you need that. Like, but like it's like you don't need a lot of it. Just like Carver said, it's balance.
Yeah.
But you definitely need it.
Facts.
So that's my take.
How about you, Chubbs?
I would say I'm in a difficult spot on where I view my pride. I can say that I could work on it, but because of, you know, being told that I was the problem of something, or you know, being called the narcissist again, like I started to question, like, damn, am I really like, do I really just worry about myself, and do I really just put like my pride above everything else instead of just being a bigger person about something and, oh, let me ask for help, let me do this, let me do that, like, you know. So I could say I'm working on my pride, but it's at a good place right now, I believe.
I respect the honesty, to be honest.
Facts.
That's good self-reflection, even if you aren't sure that you were necessarily the problem, like they said you were, or you're not sure if you were a narcissist. It's the fact that you're man enough to look at yourself like, am I these things? You know? Where you at with yourself?
I agree with Chubbs. Because like there's times where like I'll have issues asking for help.
Yeah.
Where I be thinking like, you know, I might be a burden to somebody for asking for help, or like I might be asking for help too much. It might seem like I'm asking for help too much.
When is too much?
I don't know. That's the thing. Yeah. I don't know. You know, sometimes for me, it's like I be thinking like you never know with the person. I'm probably just asking at a wrong time, or like I'm probably like bothering them or annoying them. You know, I just don't want to see like an annoying person, bothering person, or like somebody who's like hindering somebody because I'm asking for this help or whatever. You know, I just don't want to get in anybody's way. To me, I feel like that's where my pride comes in. So I feel like, you know, it's hard for me sometimes because like sometimes, you know, I'll like work on it and like, you know, it gets better, and then certain times I'm just like, closed off, and I'm just like, I'll be all right.
I don't think that's a bad thing, though.
It's not a bad thing.
I don't think that's a bad thing, though. To me, that sounds like the balance you talked about.
It is definitely balanced.
You know, because you're not forcing. Now, imagine if, bro, you call me 7 days for money? Like, damn, have a little bit of pride. Like, okay,
Some people got no pride.
Bro.
Wait, no, Brad, you got a story. Tell it. I know you do.
Man.
Tell it.
Don't use names.
Don't use names. Don't use names. Don't use
All I'm
names.
saying is that, I mean, like, it's on some, I ain't never really gonna ask, like, if people ask me for it. Honestly, the number for me is like $50, right?
Damn, you nice.
I'm not gonna go press nobody for no $50 because, like, I don't know. Me, it's just like, you really, if you're asking me for money, you really need it. I don't really, like, I've always been a person, I don't care for money. I don't really care, but I know I need it to survive.
Let me hold $1.
I don't, you can have it. Like, I don't care about money. Like, that's just who I am. So it's just like, but it's like, once you really, like I feel like you mooching, you're forcing it. It's like, all right, bro. Like, you can ask me, like, once a month for, like, a 20 or whatever. I'm not even going to press you for it. But it's like, the same week, and it's just like, no good morning, no how you doing. It's like, oh, can I get this? I still sent it. Then the next day, I'm like, yo,
What happened?
Still no good morning,
bro. Still no bonjour, bro. It's like my Fiki salad. But third day, bro. Again, same thing. Like, yo, I'm like, after I just stopped responding.
Yeah.
Cause like now it's just like, now I feel like you're kind of taking my conscious weakness. Cause like, I'm really thinking like, like you have a mother, you have other friends. You can't be the only one. And it's just like, I'm generous, but it's just like once I feel like, all right, you're forcing it like 3 days in a row is type crazy.
Yeah,
That's just my opinion.
2 days in a row is type crazy.
2 days in a row is still that's insane.
That's insane because at this point you're just using me.
The facts.
So you think a little pride or at least some mindfulness can go a long way.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Cause like, okay, for example, like I know like I have at least like 2 to 3 safety nets in my life for like if I'm really down bad and like I really need to ask them, like they'll give me the money, like my mom, my brother, and then Jeff. It's like I'm not about to abuse that. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm only really gonna ask if I actually really like if I really need it. I'm not about to. Get what I'm saying? Like keep like it's like basically you overusing a resource that you don't even really need to use.
Facts.
So it's like that was just my take. It's just like like I'm a safety net, but it's like after that, it's like you're forcing it.
What is your view on your pride stuff?
Shit. I think that I've battled with it a lot. I definitely think that in some areas I could use some serious improvement. But like we talked about before we even started the video briefly, like you were saying, I think it's trauma stuff, childhood trauma, family trauma, life trauma. I'll just summarize it all as just trauma. I've had a lot of bad experiences with asking for things, but the thing is with me, I don't have a problem with being prideful though. I know it may seem like an issue to others, but it's like I respect people's decisions on things. So if I'm prideful about not asking for a certain thing, I will not make it anyone's issue. I will find my way, and if I cannot, I will have to exclude myself. If that means I'm losing an opportunity, I will lose the opportunity. Because for me, pride isn't, like Kevin said, I don't always think it's a bad thing. I think as a person, you should be prideful about some things. And due to my experiences, it has me a little more closed off, but I also understand people like you guys who genuinely want to help me every day. I won't be prideful with you guys. If someone's like, oh, Steph, mind you, I'm not close to this person. Oh, Steph, I would have helped you. That's fine, and I appreciate that, but no thank you.
I hate people that say that. It's already done.
Even if it wasn't done, I'm fine. If the people who I count on couldn't help me, then I'll either figure it out or it just wasn't the time for it. So
I agree.
I think that, again, it can seem problematic to others, but there are certain areas that I'm prideful on that I'm not going to change, and I'm not going to compromise them. And there's nothing anyone can say or do to change my mind. But because I understand that, I do understand that I'm going to have to do more work. And so that way I don't have a reason to be quote-unquote prideful. And if I am being prideful, it doesn't seep onto others. Like, say if we all had a group outing, and because I'm being prideful, I don't want to ask for a ride, and you guys wanted me there. Now I'm ruining what could have been, or like, oh my God, Steph don't want to come because he didn't want to have a. No, it's like, one, I won't be there with you guys, but if I am going to be prideful, I need to make sure I have my own money. I didn't want to ask you for a ride. Like, I'll meet y'all there. Like, all right, bet, we'll see you. I call my Uber.
Okay.
I have no shame. I'll get on the bus. As long as I feel like I'm able to, and I can do for myself due to my own personal traumas. Again, I will reiterate that, which is why I'm so prideful on certain things. I just want to be able to do it myself. So if someone wants to make me feel bad for that, that's their business because I don't care. But I do think that I could use some work. I won't lie to you. But at the same time, I'm going to work on my pride the way that I see fit and to what suits my life best, because from my personal experiences outside of you guys, people have made me feel bad for needing them. So I'd rather go without than need people. And I know that's not necessarily the most healthy thing to say, but I mean it. And I'm not sorry for it. So
Okay.
But all right, Beach family, y'all know. Y'all let us know what y'all thought about that topic time about pride. Put in the comments what y'all feel and what y'all take is on it.
Or if they're working on their pride themselves.
Yeah,
facts.
Talk to us.
Also, put other topic times that y'all would want us to hear us talk about. We'll definitely be looking and watching, and we read every comment, believe it or not. Like, comment, subscribe.
Ding, 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 ding,
Hit that
ding.
notification bell. Carve down.
You know, I mean, is there really a link to put down?
Stuff. You know what to do.
It's your boy Sleazy here, keeping it sleazy.
It's your favorite photographer here. Captured Moment, aka Kevvv.
It's your boy Josh Chubbs.
It's your boy Kev for real.
It's Mr. Everyday K. Brad. You're just watching Topic Time.
Beach Boys.